Our friend Daya from Australia is wondering whether there are any healthy habits that can be done to maintain a healthy, functioning brain. I'm Dr. Andrew, your physician, and welcome to this platform, Health Tips and Tricks. Thank you for tuning in. If it is your first time, kindly subscribe so that you continue receiving our health information in order to help you live a healthy and more productive life. So we are going to look at some of the daily activities that we can do to have good brain function and to reduce effect of having early loss of brain function. So what are some of these activities? So as we've been saying previously, one of the most important things that you can do as a daily routine for your life is physical exercise. Plenty of exercise is very good. Exercise both physical and mental. What are some of the physical exercises you can do? Engaging in walks, engaging in jogging, going to a health and fitness club and doing exercise training, participating in sports and different games like swimming, football, athletics. So all these activities will help improve your cardiovascular function, where cardiovascular function is the function of your heart. And with this, you will have better blood supply to your brain, and thus the brain will be getting better nutrition, and this will promote your brain, the health of your brain, and help you to have a healthy brain which thinks better and with better brain function. Then we have, of course, what we call mental activity. Mental activity involves doing things that will enable you to use your brain, to utilize your brain. There's a funny saying that I always hear around saying that a genius uses only 20% of their brain, and it leaves you wondering, what about me who is not a genius? What percentage of my brain am I using? So the more percentage of the brain we use, the better the health of our brain, the better brain function we shall have. So engage in activities that trigger you, that make you use your brain. For example, I could give a nice example. For example, you have been using your right hand every day. Maybe tomorrow challenge yourself and say, today I'm going to write using my left hand. Today I'm going to do things using my left hand. And that will be a new territory for your brain and to help your brain to improve because it will be doing more than it usually does. So those are some of the ways. Maybe playing a game like chess. Chess is a game of critical and strategic thinking. And this will also help you improve your brain function because it is an activity for your brain. Then we have of course, avoiding toxins. We have already said this. Avoid smoking, avoid excessive alcohol consumption, exposure to environmental smokes, engaging in things like taking illicit drugs, which are also not good for your mental health, especially the neurostimulant drugs. So avoiding all these kind of toxins, both the intentional and the non-intentional, will also help you to have a healthy brain and improve your brain function. Then we have, of course, weight control. Having a good weight, which is not so much, will also help your brain function because it improves cardiovascular activity, lowering your cholesterol levels. Some of us have gone to hospital and they have told you that they do this test and you have high cholesterol levels. Controlling your cholesterol levels will also be good for your brain because it will enable your blood vessels to supply blood adequately. Like we have always talked about cholesterol, we said it is important in the body, yes, because it is necessary as a component of all your body cells. However, it can be detrimental in large quantities. Why? Because it will clog your blood vessels. And once it clogs your blood vessels cannot supply blood adequately to your brain. And this will be detrimental to your brain function. Okay, so we have other things that we can do. For example, stress management, mental health. This is also very important because if your brain is always at peace, with no anxiety, with no stress, this will promote your brain function because the cells will be healthy and will not be exposed to levels of stress. Stress can also cause other detrimental things like raising your blood pressure, raising your blood sugar, which are all detrimental to your brain function. So avoiding these will help you to have a healthier brain. Then, of course, nutrition. Nutrition, we shall continue singing this, is a very important aspect of your health. What you take in, what brings nutrients to your body is very important. Having a proper diet, a diet which includes mostly foods from plant products. We talked about foods rich in fiber, we have talked about fruits and vegetables, we have talked about healthy foods which have omega-3 fatty oils like the fatty fish, we have talked about berries, we have talked about, so all these foods which give you, we have talked about avocado, all these foods have good oils, they have they are rich in antioxidants, they are rich in vitamins, all of which are essential for your good health of your brain. So engaging in diet which has this is very important, and avoiding detrimental diets, for example, fast foods, foods which have been processed, sodas. Avoiding these and keeping them to a minimum will also help protect your brain from some of these harmful diets. Then, of course, we have control of your blood pressure. Some of us are patients who have hypertension, some of us have relatives with hypertension, and maybe diabetes. These are diseases which need to be controlled because they can be detrimental to your brain. They can deter your brain function by affecting blood supply to your brain, among other aspects, and also increasing risk of getting things like stroke. So having these diseases controlled by visiting your physician regularly is also very good for your brain function. Then, of course, visiting your physician regularly, and they assess you. They do a mental health assessment to assess your brain, to assess the functionality of your brain. This is also very important because sometimes we have signs and features of loss of brain function or poor brain function, but our relatives and people around us may not recognize this, and us ourselves we may not recognize this. But by visiting your physician, you can be able to recognize some of these and work on them. Of course, we have exercises which I've already talked about, but exercises which are more specific, like practicing yoga, which are relaxation skills. This is very good for your brain and your mental health, and also good for your physical body. And all these activities will help you to maintain a healthy brain. And of course, there's something called consistency. Like we always say, don't do this for one day and then stop and then skip a month without doing. Let there be consistency. Have a schedule and have a schedule. Say, okay, my feeding program, I eat this at this time, I eat this at this time, I eat a vegetable, exercise every morning I wake up, I practice yoga, I go for jogging. So have consistency in your life with these activities, and this will also be very good for your brain. So in summary, we have looked at some of the activities which you can do to protect your brain and have proper and healthy brain function. And some of these we have talked about nutrition, we have talked about exercise, physical activities, activities like yoga, mental activities like engaging in games like chess, having a good nutrition, knowing what foods to eat, what foods to leave out, avoiding toxins like alcohol and smoke, and all these will help us have a healthy brain. Thank you very much for your attention. I am your physician, Dr. Andrew, and thank you very much.